Ten Makos, ten Mitzim were punished again and again. Oh, hello, boys and girls. I am Matzaman. Yes, sirree. I'm round, I'm rolly, and I'm here to tell you about chapter 16, Perek Tet Zayin. That's chapter dish. That's right. Here we have a dish with a matzah in the dish. And I have some friends, matzot, that are coming to join us in the dish. That's right, on Pesach we've got 3 matzot. Anyway, you're probably wondering, what is this chapter all about? Well, I'll tell you. Chapter 16 is about the matzot. We're all finished. The Jews brought matzot out of Egypt, and they ate them all, stacked them up in their dishes, and now they were all finished their matzot, and their dishes were empty. Oh no, empty dishes, no more matzot. And the Jews started to complain to Moshe, "We want food, we want food, we want food." And Moshe said, "What happened to your matzahs?" And the people said, "We're finished the matzahs." And the people looked like a bunch of matzah heads complaining, "We want food, we want food." Well, not only were they rude and complaining against Moshe, the servant of Hashem, their demands were even ridiculous. They said, "We want bread and we want meat. We miss the good meat in Egypt." What kind of meat did they have in Egypt? Who knows, as slaves? But they were really arrogant in their demands. And Moshe told them, this is not the correct way to behave. Definitely not. You're questioning not me and Aaron, you're questioning God, said Moshe. And the people did the wrong thing at that time. But Hashem decided to grant them a special gift. Let's go through the events of the chapter. We'll just bounce the matzah down the list over here. The Jews complained for meat and bread, and Hashem gave them mun and quail. Quail is a type of a bird. And this all happened when they traveled from Elim to the Midbar Sin. So they were in the desert. And Elim was the place where they had the 12 fountains, and the 70 date palms. They just had that beautiful miracle, and now they're already complaining. So Hashem promises them daily mun from heaven. Mun means prepared food. But Hashem said that it was a test of their loyalty to Hashem. As we're going to see further, that it's going to see if they have faith, because they're only allowed to eat 1 portion a day. They can't save any for the next day. So Moshe and Aaron tell us, your complaints are really against Hashem. Because anytime something happens to a person in this world, it's from Hashem. Don't make the mistake of blaming your mother, father, sister, brother, friends, cousin, or even your matzah man. Hashem is the one who is in control. If something is rolling, it's Hashem who is controlling. And Hashem will send you meat in the evening and mun in the morning. Pretty good deal, huh? But there's some rules for the mun. Rule number 1. An omer of mun for each person, exactly enough for the number of people in each tent. So if you had 2 people in your tent, you got 2 omers. Now the next rule is, no mun was to remain for the next morning. No hoarding mun. And that was the faith part. That was the test, because if you were in a desert, you would definitely want to save your food. But the Jewish people were so faithful in God that they ate all their food every day and trusted God to rain down this spiritual bread from heaven, like magical bread, on them every day. And that was a pretty cool test. And it was pretty yummy mun as well. Our sages say it tasted like whatever you wanted. But unfortunately, 2 people leftover man for the next morning. They were, according to Rashi, the wicked Datan and Aviram, and worms came in the man. Gross! And Moshe was angry at them and said to them, how long are you going to rebel and test God? God is doing so much for you. What are you people doing? And all of a sudden, came Friday, the people found a double portion of man. You see, the Torah says that there was no extra for those who took a lot, and there was nothing less for those who took a little. Now, how exactly did that work? Well, people would go out into the desert, they would fill up a jar of man, and no matter how big their jar was, the man would shrink down to be one omer per person. And if they took too little by mistake because they couldn't find enough, the man would expand and become enough for each person to have. Pretty awesome. But on Friday, something strange happened. On Friday, the Jews went out to get the man, and they gathered it up. Instead of shrinking down, it doubled to 2 omers per person. So the people were worried, is it going to spoil? They went and told Moshe, and Moshe told them, this is God's special command to you. We're going to start keeping Shabbat. Shabbat means rest. So prepare food on Friday for Shabbat, but don't cook on Shabbat. And don't go out looking for man, because there ain't going to be no man in the desert on Shabbat. It's a day of rest. Get it? That's why God gives you 2 portions. The Torah calls it lechem mishneh. Oh, lechem mishneh, that's us. Double bread. Lechem mishneh, double bread, yes. And that's why on Shabbat we have lechem mishneh, double breads. Or on Pesach, double matzah. Yeah, guys, okay, you're very excited over there. That's true. That is the source of that special Jewish custom. And the same 2 people went out on Shabbat looking for man. Such a bunch of geniuses over there. And of course, they didn't find man, and Moshe was upset at them again. And he said, how long will you refuse to practice my mitzvot and my Torahs? And Moshe told the people that you're not allowed to leave your place on Shabbat looking for man or anything else. And that is called the Tchum Shabbat, the boundary of Shabbat, which is 2,000 amot, or about 3,000 to 4,000 feet. You can't walk out of a inhabited area by that amount, unless there's a special Erev called an Erev Techumin. The last thing in the chapter, God told Moshe, place an omer of man in a glass jar as an eternal testimony, because many years later the Jews may forget that God gave them miraculous bread in the desert. So when they had that jar, they could look at it and remember God's miracles that he made for them. And the Torah ends off telling us that an omer is 1/10 of an ephah, or in modern days, about 22 liters. 22 liters. My, that is a nice amount of food that God gave every day. Okay, folks, and that is Mr. Matzah Man signing off for Perek Tet Zayin, that's chapter 16. Excuse me, Matzah Man, yes? How are the kids going to remember this chapter? And what, don't you have any silly memory story to help them remember it? Oh yes, I almost forgot. This is chapter Dish. Chapter Dish? What does chapter Dish have to do with anything? Well, first of all, Dish is 16. How is Dish a 16? Very simple. You see that the D is the hidden number 1 inside, and the SH sound, J comes from, is our secret code for 6. It's our secret code for 6, because in this secret code, a G, an SH, anything that makes a J or Ch or Sh sound, or CH, Ch, related to the soft G sound, J. The G could be flipped upside down and turned into a 6. Sounds a little complicated, no? But take it from me, the SH is a J, is a sh, J, or ch, are all a secret number 6. Because a 6 looks like an upside down G, with a soft G makes a J. Okay, that, I got the secret code. D is 1 and SH is 6. So, and the I doesn't count because it's a vowel. Let's cross it out. What does this have to do with the story of the mun? Well, I'll tell you, kids. It all started out. Okay, everybody, so silly story here. Chapter 16 is chapter dish, because the dish is a secret code for 16, as we explained at length. And the Jewish people were traveling through the desert, and their dishes were empty of all the matzot that they had, because they ate up all the matzah. Crunch, 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 crunch. And they ate up all of the matzah. And they ate all the matzah up. Bye-bye, matzah. And the people said, hey, Moshe, our dishes are empty. We want food. Yeah, fill up our dishes with meat and bread. We want food. We want food. Let's throw dishes at Moses. Hey! And Moshe said, you people are acting very wickedly. Your complaint is not against me. It is against God. That is not the way to behave. Oh, we're sorry, but we're starving. Our dishes are empty. What can you do? Go out every morning, and God will send you special, miraculous bread from the heaven. It's called mun. And then in the evening time, special meat will fly down called quail. Okay, Moses. Here we're going to put our empty dishes out. Go to sleep. Wake up in the morning. Whee! Splash. Whee! Splash. Whee! Splash. Whee! Splash. Whoa! What is that shiny stuff? It looks like crystal, shaped like a coriander seed. Let me taste it. It tastes like wafers fried in honey. I want pizza. Let me taste it. Oh, it tasted like pizza. I want ice cream. Oh, it tastes like ice cream. I want a jelly bean. Oh, it tastes like Jelly Belly. Woo! It tastes like whatever you want it to. It's a spiritual food called mun, but don't leave over any until the next morning. So when the mun goes in your dish in the morning, you have to have a clean dish. No more mun, and hold it out, and God will fill up your dishes with lots of mun. And that is a silly story. In chapter dish, the Jews complained for mun, and Jews complained for food, and God gave them mun. But they had to be tested if they would believe in God and clear the dishes every single day. To do with the story of